Hey y'all, this is Jessica with Bless Your Heart. Let's make a Summerween tumbler today. I'm going to use this element sheet that I got from the Glitter Guy. And my glitter choices today are from the Glitter Guy Nebula, Piglet, M-Girl 27, High Roller, Phoenix, and Dream House. And from Peachy Olive Glitters, I'm going to be using Banff. The tumbler choice today is going to be a 20 ounce from Maker Flow's Craft, and I'm going to just lightly sand the entire surface of my tumbler. I'm going to spray it off with some rubbing alcohol, and we're going to get ready for the next step. I'm going to use the Epoxy Method for my glitter adhesion today, and I'm using Flynn Sisters Epoxy Fast Cure. I'm going to use a Sharpie to mark where I need my part A and part B to go into my little medicine pot here, and I'm going to measure that out. When I get ready to start mixing it up, I'm going to use a stainless steel stirrer I just got off of Amazon, and I'm not going to vigorously mix this, but I am not going to be super careful with it either. This thinner viscosity formula that she has out now really releases the bubbles very well, and it mixes quite quickly compared to a thicker epoxy. Once I get this where I'm happy, I'm just going to put the tiniest amount possible onto my tumbler. I'm going to spread it all around, and then I'm going to get ready to lay down some glitter. You can see in my little medicine pot that I have more epoxy than what I'm going to need, and that's okay because I have a mold that we're going to be using. So you just need about 1 to 3 mLs of this epoxy to smooth all over, and that's really it to get the glitter to lay nicely. The first glitter I'm going to lay down is going to be this Nebula, and it's kind of like a dot mix. There's just a lot of difference in the dots. There's different sizes, different colors, and I just thought this would give us a little something in the background. At this moment in time of the tumbler, I don't know if it's even going to show, but we are going to end up seeing a little bit of that. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my chunkiest pink, and I'm going to start at the top. That's where I want the pink to be. And I'm not going full coverage with any of these chunkier mixes. I just want to get a little bit of dimension and a little bit of depth to my glitter. Once I get this laid down, I'm going to move on to the mid, which is going to be that Banff color from Peachy Olive Glitter. And I'm going very light through the middle. None of this first is going to be full coverage at all. This is M-Girl 27, and I'm going a little bit heavier right around that bottom edge because I really like this color. And now for the fines, I'm going full coverage through that pink, and I'm tilting my cup almost completely vertical. And when I get finished with that, I'm going to move on to Phoenix, which is for the very bottom, and again, full coverage around that edge. Lift it almost vertical and let that kind of cascade down the cup. Then we're going to go in with High Roller, and I'm going full coverage right through the center of the cup, turning it almost vertical both ways, and letting that seafoam green kind of just cascade into the rest of the tumbler. And that is it for glitter coverage. Now that we've got the cup completely covered with the glitter of our choice, we're going to go in and use this piece of copy paper and press down all of our chunky, pokey bits. Once that is done, we're going to let this layer of epoxy dry, and we're going to go in with a layer of polycrylic. And I'm going to go color by color. I know this is kind of an ombre, and it doesn't matter if the colors mix, but I'm going color by color with this one. I'm going to start with the pink, I'm going to go to the purple, and then I'm going to finish up with the green. And once this layer of polycrylic dries and my glitter is set, I'm going to get a layer of epoxy on this tumbler to get ready for the next step. Now that we have a layer of epoxy on the tumbler, I am going to do a very light sanding because we used a lot of chunky and there are some little kind of pokey bits. Once I get this lightly sanded, I'm going to spritz it off with some rubbing alcohol and we're going to do some decal work. Remember from the beginning of the video, we had that element sheet. This is all of those elements just cut up. So I am just going to place these here and there. There's no rhyme, no reason. I'm following absolutely no pattern. I'm just placing these decals down and filling the cup up as much as I want. This is one of those situations that you can completely fill the cup up or you can leave a lot of your glitter showing. That is completely user preference. So do whatever you want with any of these decals that you want. I just thought that this was going to be a cute design because we're getting into the warmer months. When you're happy with all of your sticker placements, check out your handiwork and let's get on to the mold. Now, if molds are something that y'all like and y'all want to see a little bit more of them, just let me know. I took all of my leftover epoxy and used all of my chunky glitters. And I just filled each of these little diamond things up, and that's what we've got. Now I'm going to go in and fill in the very bottom reservoir of this tumbler. This is not Tipsy Magnolia, so it's just a very little bit amount. And I'm using M-Girl 27 because like I said before, I really like this color. I'm going to fill in this little inner well, hit it with my barbecue lighter to pop any bubbles, and let this completely cure. And then we're going to epoxy this entire tumbler until smooth. And here we go. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.